And we're back here in France. This time, no problems at all setting up the lobby. We are in the pit lane. We are ready to go. The one-shot quali will start almost immediately when it says stop waiting for players. But as long as it stops saying that, we should be underway soon. I'm hoping, I'm praying. Oh, 29 seconds. Okay, we're good. We've got a countdown. But I'm still here with Stoop. How are you?
Still the same as it was like 20 minutes ago before when the last time we tried this.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you've deteriorated since then.
Only because I know you're in Middlesbrough.
Ah, you're happy about it, really. Deep down, aren't you?
Nope. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's just... You've just literally ruined my night.
That's what I'm here for.
MRC meetup tomorrow. That's what we want, isn't it? MRC meetup tomorrow.
Yeah, Nick BT's taking early lead in quali here.
He has. Oh, he's gone off.
Already out.
Kid Dynamite's gone wide. He's either doing a deliberate last to first because it's 100%, or... Yeah.
Trying to find someone to follow around this lap is so difficult.
I know. I'm just going to follow whoever's leading at all times because it's one shot. But
still G-Star.
Yeah, at the minute it's G-Star who's getting the screen time. But we are live. We are Nuts is in second. Look at him go. The tier 4 reserve is making his debut in MRC. Okay, he's dropping a bit now. I think I've just jinxed him to high heaven.
The curse is back.
It is. It will never go either. Kaiser Soze's in second at the minute. He's not far off G-Star at all. Doris is in third. Woomax fourth. Look who's in fifth. Have you ever heard of him before?
Oh, that Hornet guy. No, no idea who he is.
He's the one that spins, isn't he?
Yeah, only
in peace. But Kid has retired from the session.
And Scottish Ninja.
And Scottish Ninja and Banstorp as well. But I think the pole's going to go to G-Star here.
Hornet up to third.
Look at him in third. He's got a nosebleed, bless him. But G-Star takes it. Oh, wow,
He's got second.
He's got second over the line. He's going to be spinning it off the start.
Carl's done great there for qualifying in fifth.
He has Doris, single track in 8th, Nuts P10, Jackstar. But Kaiser Soze, the tier 3 driver, in P3.
And that's going to be disqualifications there at the end, which is a bit weird.
That's going to be absolutely massive for his championship, though. Like, that's going to be massive. But on pole, G-Star. Second will be Double Storm at third. Kaiser Soze fourth. Woomax fifth will be Carl. Sixth, Doris. Seventh, B17. 8th, Tingle Track. 9th, Jackster. 10th, Nuts. 11th, Geke. 12th, Lorpy. 13th, Danny. 14th, Nick BT. 15th, Saviour. Uncle Sam 16th. Biff 17th. Scottish Ninja 18th. Bandstop 19th. And Kid Dynamite, who's clearly doing a last to first, but I'm sure it wasn't planned at all, is starting in P20.
He does that a lot, to be fair, and then, you know, about 3 laps in, he's about 5th place.
Yeah, I agree. But also, I want to make a point. Shall we pick Dumbest Hornet as our winner to curse him?
And it's raining.
Oh, no, it's not. How can you see that?
Because I can see the pit lane.
Oh, wow. Well, that's going to be interesting.
Right, I can definitely see people panicking now, raising the ride heights, putting up the tyres, putting a bit more front wing on.
The wing they can put on, yeah. This is going to be
carnage 20
off the
seconds of absolute panic, yeah.
Yeah, everyone's literally sweating. They're probably gonna like mess something up, aren't they? They're probably gonna click dries by accident.
I feel sorry for everybody that started here with no traction. I tried that on Wednesday, hard enough in the dry.
You didn't do a quali lap in the wet, did you?
No, it was all dry.
Ah, that's unlucky. I actually went out with no traction on Wednesday, and to be fair, I didn't spin. So, I guess it's barely actually raining. I don't know if this is going to last very long, because it is quite bright, isn't it?
Well, you say that. Chris has already just gone off track with a bit of a half spin.
Chris, go off track? Never.
And, yeah, I think it's a bit wetter than it looks for us.
That's not wet out there. It's barely moist.
Especially for the fact there is zero dry line apart from G-Star's tyre tracks.
Well, he's putting down some dry line at least. I think it's dries already. If I was these guys, I'd pit for dries. That's what I'd do. Make it interesting.
All right, Lando, calm down.
No, he'd be doing the opposite. He'd be staying out on wet tyres in a... No, actually, no, he would be doing it that way, wouldn't he?
Uncle Clam's been disqualified.
Yeah, Fireman Sam. With his cat Jessie. He's going somewhere. But the Scottish boys at the back... Let's have a look at liveries quickly, because there are actually some stunners. G-Star's nice. He looks like a toothpaste packet. Dumbest Hornets is very black. Wow, that's actually really nice, I'm not going to lie. Kaiser Soze is green. He looks like...
I think Max is driving an Alpine.
Yeah, oh my god, that does look like an Alpine. Wow. Okay. Carl's driving a Retro Williams. Doris is driving... something. B17, green and silver, nice. Single track, looks like a retro Ferrari, but if it's not, I know I'm going to get a very offensive DM after this, probably. Mutz, Jaxter's driving that's very nice. It didn't show me anything of it. But we'll come back to liveries, because in the wet, I'd like to think there's probably going to be a safety car.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a few.
There'll definitely be something, but who are you picking for the win, really quickly?
Kid Dynamite.
I'm picking Dumbest Hornet.
I'm hoping if you pick him from the start, it'll curse him for the race. We might actually get a different winner.
I hope you don't watch this now. So you're probably going to get an offensive message. By the way, it's at Stoob344 Dean, alright? Just so you know. But 3, 4, 5 red lights, and... we might get going. We might. We are. Dumbest Hornet's made a very good getaway. He's already side by side with G-Star. Nearly, I think. No, okay, he's not. That's a letdown.
He did get quite a good getaway, though. Nice
he
and
did
clean,
initially.
especially with no traction.
G-Star seemed to have a better second phase. But... Dumbest Hornet is still there in second. What about everyone else? Woomax.
We've got a yellow.
Gekke's round. With Jaxter, they're both round in the second exit of second corner, so... But look, these guys are just tiptoeing very, very early on here.
G-Star's pulled a bit of a gap to Chris.
He is, that is
well, the rest of the field seems a bit bunched.
Chris is under a bit of pressure. Kaiser Soze dropped a few places off the start. Wimax and Doris have both jumped him. But, let's see what else goes on, because... it'll be interesting to see the field spread for the rest of this. But I tell you what,
suggested inters to inters, so I imagine it's going to be a full wet race.
The strategy always suggests it because it anticipates a whole full wet race anyway, even though it's not always. But I tell you what is interesting: that battle for 5th, the 2 leaders of the Challenger tier title.
E17 and Kaiser Soze.
Yeah, those 2 are going to be having a race-long battle. I can feel it coming already.
To be fair, with the car colours they've picked, they're almost like teammates.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't want to be renowned as teammates with the heat of battle that's happening at the minute. What did you say about Kid Dynamite, by the way?
Lap 3, I reckon he was going to be in 5th place, so he's halfway there.
He's 9 places up already.
Told you, if we curse him at the start, he might not finish first.
But well, I think he might do at the minute. But I'll tell you something, Chris has taken a bit out of G-Star towards the end of that second sector. Chris has had a really good last sector there.
To be fair, I think the main thing for Chris there is managed to gap Doris with a nice 1.5 seconds, so... yeah,
Chris is showing good pace early on here. He did in tier 2 as well. He's having a very, very good... Actually, he wasn't. I was in the party with him. He wasn't. He hated it. It was the other Hornet that was having a good race. But, let's see. So, at the minute... Kaiser's holding on quite well to Woomax here, who's a well-established Tier 2 driver, so Kaiser's really... But then Kaiser actually won Tier 2 here this week, so... he's definitely a man to be watching for.
5-second penalty already for Mutznuts.
Yeah, we need to think of a nickname, because I'm definitely going to say that wrong at some point. It's going to sound way worse than it should.
We'll go with Muttley, that'll do.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that.
And
Oh,
another
3
3
seconds now.
That's a solid 8 seconds on lap 2 there.
I'll say to him though, he is learning line with no line, so credit to him.
Learning line and breaking points and then going to the wets, that'll be disgusting.
Yeah, so I give him a bit of credit for at least trying to drive with us. But I'll tell you what, there's a good old scrap now for P4 between Kaiser, B17 and Martin and Carl and Lorpy and Saviour and Kit. Okay, everyone down to Uncle Sam, pretty much.
I'll tell you what though, this WooMax bottleneck here is going to help the top 3 just nice and easily pull away.
I'll tell you what though, there is a gap, there is literally a battle forming in front of him, because look at how close Doris is now to Mr. Hornet.
Yeah, G-Star's managed to pull that gap really nicely up to almost 2 seconds, so not quite sure if Chris made a little mistake or something, because he was almost on the gearbox of G-Star.
He is, but Chris seems to be really strong in the last sector. That's the one thing I've noticed. The gap seems to just come down that tiny little bit in the last sector, so I wonder if Chris is running slightly more downforce.
Also doesn't help that Chris slightly missed the first corner, which helped Doris get under his gearbox again. And Nick BT gets a time penalty.
Does Nick BT, the tier 1 driver. He's all over the back of Kid at the minute, but do you know what the benefit for the front 3 is? Kid is in this train. So it's near on impossible for Kid to...
And Danny's got a penalty now as well.
He has. I think we're going to see quite a few penalties today, if I'm being completely
I think the
honest.
worst thing about that train is that most of the moves at France have to almost be a dive into one of the DRS zones, and in the wet you just don't want to do it.
Yeah, I don't think you want to do it in the dry. We saw a few moves even into this chicane now that they're all coming into end in absolute tears, didn't we? So
I don't want to talk about that one.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot you had one.
Wednesday was a painful crash into that chicane.
Yeah, I also had one, but I'm literally going to say no more than that about my one. Because if I do, trouble. But Doris, now right on the rear end of Dumbest Hornet. Hornet seems to have pretty much kept that gap more or less the exact same here to G-Star on this lap, so...
Tell you what, through that sweeping left then, they take very, very different lines. Chris taking a bit of a wider line to cut back in, and Doris keeping it pretty tight in.
Yeah, he definitely is. Chris is also a no traction runner, and to be honest, he's carried quite a lot of speed through those corners in that last sector, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's caught up almost half a second to G-Star, so obviously finding his feet again.
Yeah, he has. I've just realised Kaiser's had a moment somewhere, because he's been overtaken by Martin, B17 and Carl.
Oh,
Martin's really deep, isn't he, into turn 1?
It's so easy to miss turn 1.
It is, because it's blind, that's the issue. I was with Genie on tier 4 comms and we were talking about how blind it is. The only marker you've got is, you know, the little like yellow bollard?
Yeah, that everybody always takes out.
Yeah, that one. But that's the only original marker you actually have at the start of every race. So, oh, I think that's a moment. Was Carl just about to go round? No, he saved it just about. So, oh, there's someone round. I think it's
like
Lorpy. Yeah, it was Lorpy. So easy to do at that corner, isn't it?
We've seen that corner take out a few people in the past week, to be fair, so still lucky.
When you look at it, though, it doesn't look like a very traction-dependent corner, but it really, really is.
I imagine in the wet it definitely is.
Yeah, I can imagine so too, to be honest. Has it stopped raining? No.
Nope, still going.
I was hoping it had stopped. I could do with some dry weather.
I imagine that's exactly what everybody else is thinking as well.
Yes, but at the same time, I like the carnage that the wet causes. Not that I'm an evil person, but I am an evil person. Oh, Morgan's being texted by the love of his life in the background.
I didn't realise you were messaging me.
Yeah, I'm talking to you about things we can't talk about on comms.
Alright, makes sense.
Yeah. Like Red Car Rambo, for example.
Hey, you leave Frodo out of this.
I know he's going to be watching, so you're about to... There's going to be a very nasty, explicit YouTube comment coming in now. But, yeah. Anyway, B17 right on the back. WooMax seems to be really struggling at the start of this race, doesn't he?
You say that, but he's holding on to that 4th place pretty well. He's dropped off the back of Doris by, what, about 5 seconds now, so...
Yeah.
Whatever he's doing well to just keep E17 at bay.
Chris has also just pulled over a second on Doris now as well. And his gap between G-Star is pretty much the same as it has been the last few laps, so Chris is going pretty well at the minute. Martin is... The thing is, like you said though, the issue is though, like you said though, there's overtaking is so hard around here in the dry, let alone the wet. So...
it's ridiculous in the dry. For such like longish straights, like you said, you almost have to half dive bomb someone to actually get a move done around here.
Well, I don't class turn 1 as an overtaking spot because of the way turn 2 is. Because of the way turn 2 is, it makes turn 1 not really a good overtaking spot anyway. So, but let's have a look. Martin's still there. What about Kid? Kid's right on the back of Saviour now. But how much is Kid going to risk this early? Obviously, Kid is arguably one of the best drivers in this league, but as is Saviour, he's a double champ from the other season as well. So there's definitely going to be an interesting battle to see which of these two can make the most progress up the field.
So Kid's progress definitely slowed down a bit since he was in 11th on lap 2.
Yeah, being in this train's not going to be helping him. Doris has now set her fastest lap, so I wonder if Doris just sort of like backed off, saved his tyres for a lap, and is now launching an absolute mental attack on Dumbest Hornet. But
I just hear that he's dropped back off again.
Yeah, no, as I'm saying it, he's literally just dropped backwards. See, Chris, I am trying to protect you.
The Scottish Ninja picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah. Oh, Chris has just had a moment in turn 4. This is going to really put Doris on the back of him. Yep.
Bandstop's just been just overtaken RFC Danny for 13th.
Yeah, Bandstop's making good progress. We all know he should be in a higher tier, as it is and will be next season. I'm almost sure, but here comes Doris. Is he going to be close enough? He's not quite. So, Dumbest Hornet lives to see another day.
Chris seemed to break pretty early into that corner there, so...
That's what I thought as well, actually. I'm glad you pointed that out. He did seem to break about 50 metres early.
Not quite sure if he's just being cautious in the wet or whatever it is, but it seems a little early to me.
Yeah, you'd rather be cautious, lose 3/10 a lap than absolutely spin it though, wouldn't you? In that respect, so...
I suppose he is keeping in touch with G-Star about the same every lap. I think he's lost maybe like a 10th or 2 this lap, but still stayed around the 2-second mark.
Yeah, it's sort of just fluctuating at the minute. At the minute you got Martin, who's right all over the rear end of B17. If you're B17, I'd almost say... Oh, Saviour's got past Kaiser somewhere as well. But here goes Kid as well. Kid's right up his chuff. Sorry, I had to bring chuff, actually.
Doris is taking a move up the outside of Dumbest Hornet down the straight.
Oh, you can't go around the outside there in the dry. There's Will banging. I thought those two were going to come together, but he is going to have the inside, but he takes it way too deep. Good defending from Chris. But this battle's going to continue and continue all the way down on the run down to turn 3.
Single track's made a move on E17.
He has. He's got past as well, so he's... Martin, it looked like Martin went for the inside of 1, outside of 2, and it seems to have come off for him, so...
Kaiser's lost a few more places to Kid and Uncle Sam, so I'm not quite sure if he might have a bit of damage or something. Because even Nick BT's all over his gearbox now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with KZ. He seems to have just... Well, bearing in mind he started P3, so he's literally down now like 8 places. Kid's up 11 though, and he's now into the top 9, so...
And Doris has caught Thomas.
He has, he's got him down the straight. Tell you what, that fighting has really given G-Star a nice gap though.
Yeah, gap now up to 4 seconds.
I tell you what though, if you're Dumbest, I wouldn't be the most unhappy that Doris has got past him, because now drive his own race and keep that. Lost about, like you said, 2 seconds to G-Star in front as well, so... It's not
I think
ideal,
G-Star
but...
should be taking a bit easier now. Stops him from having to push super
he's-
hard on the wet.
He's got no real major problems, has he, at the minute? Like, his main contenders, who are, you would probably say, Martin, Saviour, Kid, maybe Doris as well. Doris is obviously there at the front, but the others are all quite far back and all stuck in a bit of traffic, aren't they? So
You'd say that Martin is closing in on Woomax here.
He is.
Is he going to have a look into the first corner?
he has had a look up the inside into turn 1. He's good on the brakes. He's just avoided him. Womack's defended very, very well, though.
Martin's just absolutely dumping the RS here. Is he going to try and make a move into turn 3?
Surely not. That's such an impossible place to overtake. He's up the inside. It looks like I think he may have got a warning for that one up the inside of 3. But now into the inside of 4. The tight line is definitely not the preferred line. He's hit the curb. That's going to lose his traction a little bit. There's a slight bit of contact between him and Womack, but they both made it round in one piece. But B17 now also having a little look at Womack. How quickly can single track get onto the back of Dumbest Hornet now, though?
It depends. That 7-second cat's going to be quite hard to close down, as E17's dumping the RS to try and catch Womack as well.
He is, but he's not quite close enough. Carl's now had a little look around the outside. Carl was being incredibly brave there by doing that. But he's just about got away with it, so we shall continue all in one piece, thankfully.
Quite surprised. Chris showed a pretty good pace early on, but he's dropping off the back of Doris now as well by 1.5 seconds.
He is, but at the same time as well, Doris is sort of like actually dropping back from G-Star as well. So I don't think G-Star is in cruise control just yet.
Saviour's just got past Carl. And E17's round.
Oh, E17, was that on his own? Did he drop it by himself?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. Womack is held on to the back of single track a little bit, quite well here actually. Doesn't look like it's raining anywhere near as hard.
No, it's still raining though, so it's definitely still Inter's time.
Yeah, it definitely is, but let's hope we do get to dries at some point. But let's see, so the closest battles, like obviously Kid is now probably laughing. Nick BT's just got past Kaiser Soze into turn 1. Nick BT's car looks like he is. Kid is also past, so the progress is coming. These two are coming. How quickly can they navigate their way through? Next up is Womack, who has appeared to be struggling slightly for pace the entire race so far. So,
I don't know where these two are finding enough pace to actually make these moves.
It's like, thing is, they're so talented at literally everything they do, aren't they? So,
like I mentioned before, I remember the time when Kid was actually banned from racing in the league because we couldn't actually make a fair race with him.
I remember the time when he said to me that he didn't even try. And he still won. So, he didn't even practice for each race. I think, do you not think, right, if he put in enough hours, he could do esports?
I honestly wouldn't surprise me, to be fair.
Yeah, I really do think he actually could. Even though he always denies it himself. Oh, there's contact between him and Saviour. Oh, Saviour did well to get up to save that then.
Yeah, I imagine Saviour's running no traction, so that must have been a tough one to save, to be fair.
I think there's a lot of no assist runners in here. Obviously, Chris is no assist. I believe Martin may be doing no assist tonight as well. Womack, I think, is Saviour, Kid, Uncle Sam, because all these guys are tier 1 as well, remember, so they're all no traction at the very minimum. So, definitely interesting.
Gecko's got a 5-second for corner cutting.
Yeah, he has. That is not ideal for him. I tell you what though, Kid's actually, I never thought I'd say this, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but Kid's under a bit of pressure from another driver.
From Uncle Sam?
Yeah, he is. He's right up his chuff. Saviour is now having a little sniff of Womack's chuff. So let's see if he likes the smell that's coming out of it, or if he flies past because it stinks.
I'm not even going to comment on that. However, these battles causing so much like a ripple effect through the pack. Uncle Clam's gone round.
Connor is such an evil person. He's literally just cursed the hell out of Uncle Sam.
Another time penalty for Danny.
It is.
I think Kids are going to make a move on Saviour.
Carla's also just got back past Nick BT. Let's go have a look at Kid and Saviour. Is he going to be close enough? He's not. If they go side by side in the right-hander in the wet, I think I might. I'm not going to finish
He's
that.
He's going to do it.
He is. He's having a look. He's up the inside. Saviour's done well to hang it. Really well to hang it. He's going to have the inside for the next corner as well. But Kid's sort of still trying to hang it, but he's not going to get the traction out the corner, which is going to eventually make him lose the place. Good driving, though.
Got a yellow in sector 3. Well, I'm not seeing anyone that's gone round.
Yeah, I'm unsure who that is. Every time I see yellow flag, I always check Dumbest Hornet.
Nope, still there in third.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, that gap's still the same. He's just about okay, but look at that gap out front now.
Almost 9 seconds between G-Star and Doris, but Chris closed down that gap again.
Yeah, and the other thing is as well, Martin hasn't made really any inroads on Chris either. So...
There's top... Oh, I was going to say the top 3. The top 2 are in a little battle. G-Star's just in his own world at the minute.
Yeah, G-Star's just having a Sunday drive in the wet. He's loving it as well by the looks of it. Be interested to see, has he been using his ERS to pull a gap? No, he's on about 68%, so... And to be fair, Doris isn't really splashing his. Chris isn't splashing his at all. They're all sort of... I know it obviously charges really quickly, but Saviour's having a little look at Wumax, but he's not quite close enough. These two
every time Saviour looks at Wumax, Kid just gets that little bit closer.
He does, doesn't he? And it's so daunting having him behind you as well. Like, it must be the worst experience of your life.
I'm pretty sure when I think it was the Bahrain MRC-X, I think he got behind me on the pit stops and I just didn't even bother fighting it.
Yeah,
there was just no need.
I just don't see a point because 9 out of 10 times you're going to lose the
got
place.
A penalty.
He has. There's a lap car in the way. I think it's Geke. He's got out of the way well though, so he has done that quite well. But look at Saviour. He's practically pushing Wumax through the last sector. These three are all driving away a little bit from Carl as well. Carl's now under a bit of pressure from the barn door himself. Carl's gone really deep in the penultimate corner as well, but let's go and have a look at this. Is Saviour close enough? He is. He's already side by side, heading down to turn 1. Is Wumax going to keep it up the inside, or is he going to almost give up? Saviour's got it. Saviour's done it.
I think Wumax is running pretty big wings on that car, because down the straight, Saviour just didn't really seem to have any issues.
He seemed to brake incredibly early, though. Do you not think as well?
Maybe just surrendering the position sort of thing, not to fire too hard into the first corner.
Maybe, or maybe Saviour's paid him off and said to him, look, I need you to block Kid Dynamite for the next 40 laps. Which... It's
going to be a big one for Kid to get past Wumax as well and continue his charge.
He's going to need to do it quickly so that Saviour doesn't get too much of a gap, but Kid's just gone really deep on the exit of 5. So let's see, is he going to be close enough? He's really closing. Let's go on board with Kid Dynamite. He's up the inside. He's very confident on the brakes, and he is through. He's up to P6. Well, to be fair, your prediction was slightly wrong.
Just a little bit.
You're only 10 laps off. And he's not actually P5 yet, is he? So
at the minute, I'm more looking at the sky because it looks like it's getting a bit brighter.
At the same time, though, I don't know if you look at the actual rain falling, but it actually looks like it's getting heavier at the same time.
Yeah, it just stayed to book in the game. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's getting brighter, but if you look at the rain, it's actually getting heavier. So, but G-Star, at this point, surely it's got to sort of be bullying.
Just every now and again, he just actually puts his foot down for that.
Yeah, it's like Doris is probably sat there thinking, okay, it's not above 10 seconds yet. Fastest lap, boom, see you later, have a great day. And then that's just his morale just gone.
Yeah, to be fair, that gap is almost at 10 seconds now. Chris has dropped off by about a second again.
He has, and also Martin's caught him by about a second as well, so I wonder if Chris has almost had a moment somewhere there. Thing is though, they all seem very, very sort of evenly matched on pace. Second, third and fourth. Like, as far as consistency is concerned. So...
Closest battle I can find is probably Kaiser versus Carl.
Yeah, we're going to go have a look at that now, because it's the battle for 9th, and obviously... Kaiser is now... No, actually, Banstorp is the leader for the Challenger tier. I mean, not that you'd be surprised, because Banstorp seems to win every race he ever races in. So... But let's have a look. Can Kaiser get anywhere near to Carl? I don't think he's
going to get down.
He is, but he's not going to be close enough unless he's going to produce an absolutely gargantuan dive, but I don't think it's going to happen, not on this lap. And believe me when I tell you, we all want to see it deep down. But
well, I've also just noticed that Kaiser Sosa's got next to no ERS as well.
yeah,
Carl,
he has used a lot of it.
Carl's still got a fair bit of ERS left, but yeah, Kaiser's tank's pretty much empty.
Yeah, definitely.
He's still looking up the inside though.
He is. He's having a little look. He's tried a kid on Xavier, but it looks like they both made it through in one piece. Geke says he hates this. Now, why would you ever hate this? I thought you loved it. I heard Geke's a wet weather master.
I don't think anyone really likes driving in the wet. All these tracks are way more fun in the dry.
You're a wet weather master, aren't you?
No, definitely not.
Don't you remember back at season 5?
I want to talk about it. Nothing happened. It's just a conspiracy.
It was rigged, was it?
Yep. Danny is the car first to dive into the pits.
He is. I'm wondering if he's got any sort of damage though, because that seems to be very, very early, if you ask me.
And Saviour's pretty much on the back of single track.
He is already, so let's go and have a look at that battle for P4, because Kid's also joining the battle. So,
and Chris seems to have lost another second to Doris, which has also allowed Martin to gain.
yeah, it's just sort of getting that little bit bigger, isn't it, each lap, and Martin just needs to be edging that little bit closer. If I was Chris though, I'd be praying that these guys fight for everything, because it protects him.
I'm just wondering whether these inters are starting to go off, or whether the tracks are drying up a little bit, because the rain doesn't look very heavy right now.
No, it doesn't. It just looks like the odd drop here and there. Let's hope it does dry up for these guys, because the changeable can do... Oh, Martin's got 3 seconds now as well, which is not going to help him at all in his battle with these guys, but at the same time, Xavier does have 3 seconds also. But, yeah, Chris is going to be praying these guys battle like crazy. Doris has lost about another second to G-Star out front, so that's not going to help him. Bandstorp is now right up the chuff of Wumax as well. So
Wumax definitely struggling for pace at the minute in this race.
He is. I'd be interested to know what the issue is, to be honest, because
I'm getting the impression that his wings are very high.
But in the wet, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's the thing.
But down these big straights, it's just going to hinder him massively.
But let's have a look behind, because Kaiser's having a look. No, he's not. He was really closing on Carl down that back straight. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Down the straights, of course, but...
Oh, low speed in the pit lane. I definitely think these inters are starting to go off.
I think this pit lane, though, is just also absolutely dreadful.
There is that, but I also think the inters are dying.
Yeah, no, I also agree with you there as well. But Xavier and Martin, it could be a done deal down this straight. Let's have a little look at Xavier. No, actually, Martin got a really good exit out of 5.
Yeah, I think Xavier had a bit of a tank slapper coming up the long right, so kind of saved Martin there.
Yeah, you may be right there. Toby's also sort of dropped off the back a little bit. Let's have a look at Kaiser. He's having a little look at Carl, but he's not quite close enough. Carl seems to be very confident on the brakes. Yes.
Connor, have you seen what tyres Lopez have put on?
Let's go to the tyre script. Hards!
I'm going to ride on board with him now, because he seems to be tiptoeing very, very slowly.
Right, and here is your lap of the France circuit with Floppy Lorpy. Let's have a look. Coming into turn 3, he brakes about 600 metres earlier than anybody else.
This isn't looking good. I don't think it's that time yet.
I think it might be slightly early.
The track, I mean, it doesn't look like it's raining, but the track's not dry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's not raining.
There is definitely a dry line forming as well, though. That's the thing.
This will be a good one. The breaking point for the chicane's going to be a good test for these tyres.
I've come off it just because I don't want to curse him.
I'm watching it. I've got to watch it.
I respect the hustle. Oh, Martin's had a big moment on the exit of 2.
So, he's nursed it around the chicane.
The fact that he's kept it going in a straight line, you got to give him some respect.
He's almost been caught by Muttley, and Muttley's literally just driven past him like he was stood still.
Yeah, Cashew Nuts is now up to P18. So, oh, Xavier's had a big twitch in turn 6. This is going to put Kid right on his rear end. But not close enough by the looks of it.
Either way, from the comms point, it's definitely not time for dries.
I'm trying to work out if it stopped raining though. It looks like it may have done.
I think it stopped raining.
Yeah, I think it has as well. And if it is raining, it's raining very, very little.
We've got Biff in the pits. See what tyres he's going for. Is he going to go for the dries?
Biffy boy!
Yeah, he's put mediums on. So people must be starting to think it's getting to that time, but it's not working out for Lorpy at the minute.
I can confirm no one should be on the dry tyre right this second.
Why?
Just look at it.
I mean, Lorpy confirmed for me that it's not time for dries. I'm just wondering why you're so confident it's not time for dries.
Because I still see spray on tyres.
Oh, okay.
That's why. And because Dumbest Hornet is speeding up. But here goes Saviour on single track. They're side by... No, they're not. Martin goes really defensive to the inside, but Saviour tries to hang around the outside. There is contact with the two of them. Oh, Martin did incredibly well to save that. But now he's got to be careful because he's got a certain little Dean side by side with him heading down into turn 3. They're going to be 3 wide nearly. Lorpy's out.
Is that going to be safety car? Oh, I think the safety car has played into the hands of
I don't know which one it has because that looked really confusing, but oh, look where Lorpy's gone. Wow, that is some incident.
Where's he gone? I haven't seen his car.
On the exit of where Kid and the corner where Kid, Dynamite, Martin and Saviour all just went past. He's on the majorly on the outside of turn 6.
Oh god.
That is a big incident. He's barely got a car left. That looks like my car after Baku, that does. Only I had wheels on it, but I wonder, I think this will be where we see a lot of people pit for the dry tyres.
I feel really sorry for G-Star at this point.
Yeah, he'll be a touch gutted, especially when you look at the fact that Saviour and Kid are both now in touching distance.
I think the Delta's done Chris dirty as well, because he seems to have dropped off by like another 2 seconds under the Delta.
I think the fact there's a safety car has done Chris dirty, because we all know what Chris is like under safety car restarts.
Yeah, it's only... Oh, Doris has gone for pits. I reckon he's gone for the dries. Nobody else is believing it, but...
I can confirm as well, it has actually stopped raining.
No,
actually it hasn't.
Mutternuts is on hards, Biff's gone for mediums.
It hasn't actually stopped raining.
Sorry, Biff's gone back on Twinters.
Has he?
I'm guessing that Mutternuts, has he been in and out? Oh no, he's stuck with his hard tyres.
Have you worked out, I still haven't worked out if it's raining or not.
I can't see any rain on my screen, so I'm going to go with no.
I'm trying to look on board and see if I can see drops on the cars, and
I think G-Star's just gone. Somebody's just gone in front of Chris.
But it's not G-Star.
Somebody with a white car.
I was on board with G-Star, so it's not G-Star. It's probably Biff or Mutternuts.
It's Muttley.
Yeah, it is. That's a shame for him.
Connor, have you seen the middle of the pack? I wasn't paying attention for 5 seconds, and now there's 4 cars on mediums.
Oh my god, Saviour, single track, Bandstorp, Kid. But look at how much Kid's lost out, by the way.
Wait, it's because they didn't make the call straight away, so everybody would have caught up slightly.
No, but I mean more the fact that Martin and Bandstorp have jumped him.
I honestly don't know who's made the right call here. I mean, Doris has got fresh inters, so technically, straight off the bat, he should be quicker than G-Star and Dumbest, if it's still wet, but it doesn't like it's still raining. If not, then, what is it, from Saviour down to Jackster now, they should absolutely fly off this restart, if it's dry.
Well, I've just watched Martin go off track, like, plainly by himself. So
I personally think that G-Star and Chris should have pitted for some fresh inters.
Yeah.
I mean, especially G-Star. G-Star pretty much had the gap.
Yeah, I'm just more wondering how Kid got overtaken by single tracker Bandstorp.
Severe collision for Biff.
Yeah, that's not ideal for him either. They've obviously come together somewhere or another, but I'm sure the stewards may see that one. Jackster's also pit for medium, so Jackster could well be laughing here as well, to be honest. But
the track doesn't seem dry enough, so unless they can get some serious temperature into that tyre, then I'm not quite sure how this is about to play out for them.
yeah, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through all the liveries quickly. So, Dumbest Hornets, what do you think of Dumbest Hornets?
I quite like it. I'm not quite sure if it's like a preset one or whether he's made it, but I like it.
It looks like he's made it. I haven't seen it before, so Doris is okay. Wumax is an Alpine. We already spoke about that. Carl's is a Retro Williams. How do you think he's done with that?
Pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah, it's not bad. Kaiser Soze's, we already had a brief chat about his. I don't know if it's my favourite one of his that he's done. He's done some bangers over the weeks, but it's okay.
I quite like Nick BT's, to be fair.
Yeah,
Something
Nick BT's looks like a bumblebee. That's what it looks like. B17. It looks like...
It's just got past Martin somehow. I think Martin was off track.
Yeah. Martin's got past Saviour. Now Saviour's got back past Martin. But while we're on Saviour, livery.
I don't know what's going on for that.
Yeah.
Let's look Saviour's livery. When the camera angle actually shows
it
me
looks
something
camouflages. It looks like it's camouflage with a bit of yellow.
It kind of looks a bit catery to me.
Yeah, a little bit. A bit low to see catering me. Yeah, you're not wrong. Martin's...
Ferrari.
Yeah. Uncle Sam, it's alright, not my favourite, but it's okay.
Looks like an old manor.
Yeah, literally. That's actually perfect. Then you got Toby's, which looks like he's trying to rep a football team of some sort.
Hold on, I'm trying to get like an actual half decent look. If there was more white on there, it kind of reminds me of the old Toyota livery.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I've just seen RFC Danny's and I'm just skipping over it. Oh, there's a big moment. Uncle Sam's round and they're both out.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun one for the stewards.
You've got a feel for Danny there because looking at that, he did just lose it. Uncle Sam did. Like, it didn't look like it was Uncle Sam's fault. He's just lost it and gone straight into Danny. It looks incredibly unlucky.
Oh, back onto liveries.
But Scottish Ninjas, Retro Renault, sorry.
Kids, looks like a bit of a brawn, maybe a bit more silver.
Yeah, I agree with that. It does look very brawn-like. Jacksters.
Another Ferrari.
Yeah, just with a much deeper red. Mutt's Nuts, I'm pretty sure that's a standard livery, isn't it? What do you call it? Preset, whatever.
Quite possibly.
I actually really like Biff's, you know.
Just the plain white?
No, with like gold bits on it. It's actually...
Oh, I didn't see the gold bits.
Yeah, it's actually nice. It's actually okay. And then Gekke's is like Chris's, just with different splodges of paint on it. He's got the Netherlands colours. Do you know what? Let's do livery of the day now while we're on safety car.
I haven't picked livery of the day yet. Why would you just spring that on me like that?
Well, we can't promise another safety car. That track does not look dry enough even still, does it?
No, it does not. But it doesn't look like it's raining though. I'm not quite... I can't work out what's going on.
No, I know, it doesn't make any sense. But are you trying to say that this game has glitches?
No. EA and Codemasters did another fantastic job of releasing a great finished game that works perfectly every time, obviously.
Please tell me you're not slagging off this game, because I won't be happy.
I just hope that 23 works, is all I'm going to say.
Are you even going to be able to play 23?
Yeah, I'll be back by then.
Huh. Yeah, I've just realised you've only got 2 more races left of this season, then you're off to fight for your country, aren't you?
Boop, boop.
See, this guy's a good guy deep down, underneath his hard exterior.
What are you talking about? Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't want me to say that live. But, you know...
I'm really worried about the start for G-Star and Chris on those older Inters versus Doris's 2-lap-old Inters.
I'm still trying to work out who's pulled the biggest blinder here, to be honest with you, mate. I'm still unsure.
2 more pit stops. Nick BT and Wumax have both pitted from fresh mediums.
It just doesn't make sense, does it?
I'm going to run with Saviour on this restart, just to see if he actually pulls any inroads on E17.
Mark Dennison's in the chat. Hello, Mark. RFC Danny's not happy with what happened with the Uncle Sam incident, but it's something for the stewards to potentially check. E17 has. He's gone in for mediums as well, so
maybe it is dry?
I don't think it is. If that is dry, then I want to know what wet looks like.
Maybe it isn't dry. I'm literally watching Saviour skittle over the track.
I think it's also still raining.
Look, if you could see the rain, then you're a better man than me, because I can't see anything.
I don't know what I can see at this point, because it's like I'm trying to see raindrops, but I don't know if I see them.
I'm guessing by the almost 7-second gap between Kaiser and Saviour that it's not dry.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good assumption to make. I'll give you that. But could we also look at how close Doris is to Mr. Hornet?
Yeah, again, I honestly don't understand why the top two didn't pit.
They had a free pit stop, didn't they? Definitely. So Doris is the one that's actually... Doris is the one actually that's pulled the biggest blinder here.
Pretty much, yeah. Jackster should technically also make some positions here.
Jackster was on the mediums and he re-pitted for the...
Inters.
So he's pulled a blinder there as well.
Yeah, I mean, Saviour's now 7 seconds off the back of Carl.
The thing is, if these guys wait long enough though and just stay patient, the track will come to them if it has stopped raining. So,
Chris has now decided to pit.
Yeah, that's not going to help Chris at all. I wonder if Chris is... If I was Chris... He's gone for mediums. Surely that's the wrong choice. Like, well, no, it is the wrong choice. Carl's pitted for fresh inters.
I'm very confused right now. At this point, I haven't got a clue what's going on this track.
No, Carl's pitted for mediums as well. What am I not seeing? This is what I don't understand. Thing is, because now Hornet's lost loads of places as well.
It's definitely still not working for Saviour. Saviour's 9 seconds off the back of Kaiser Soze.
Oh, Doris is round! Doris has spun!
It don't look like he's got any damage that I can see.
No, he just missed the ball, but he just lost traction. Kaiser's now up to P2. Well, P1 for the Challenger tier. And if he just keeps going and going and going on those inters... But I tell you something, I do wonder if we're maybe getting to that crossover point now.
Well, I'm going to ride on board with the Hornet. He's obviously feeling like it's dry.
That track is looking a lot drier. A lot drier.
Wumax has just lost the place to Scottish Ninja, and Ninja's his own inters, so I'm not feeling it at the minute.
If you look at from where Martin is currently, it looks very, very dry.
I'm riding on board with Hornet. The track looks dry, yet the inters are still looking very competitive.
Yeah, like I said to you, and I think we are literally on the crossover point at the minute.
I won't be happy until it says DRS activated. It's the only time I'm going to be convinced that this track's dry.
Yeah, I'm not convinced about just about anything. Honestly, I'm so confused. But can I just point out the fact that Kaiser Soze's just done the fastest lap on 22 lap hold intermediates. But also, look at that gap between Saviour and Doris. It's time for mediums. And the Jackster and Scottish Ninja know it as well, because Saviour has absolutely clawed some time out of Doris there.
So maybe that middle bunch that actually pitted for mediums got it right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think somebody's come round to the first corner. Not quite sure who it was.
Yeah, not sure. It may well have been Dumbest Hornet, you know.
No, he's doing well. He's still in 10th.
Ah. Not that I want him to spin at all, of course. But here comes Saviour. Those mediums have switched on. He's got some temperature in them, and now he's on the move.
See how long it takes him to close this gap down to Doris. Yeah, again, still haven't seen the DRS become active yet.
Nope. But I'm not sure how effective DRS will turn out to be either, though. But Kid is also right on the back of Wumax. He's starting to catch him quite rapidly as well. But Biff is out. Saviour is having a look at Doris and the safety car. Virtual safety car.
Another safety car from Biff.
Oh no, full safety car. There you go. And G-Star's in.
G-Star, Kaiser and Doris probably pit for mediums now.
Yeah, they all know it's gone to dries, so... To be fair... Thing is, Saviour's actually going to lead this race. I think. What? G-Star's gone for softs!
That is an interesting choice. Kaiser's gone for hard, so maybe try and get into the end.
Is Saviour going to come out in first here? He is. Saviour's got the lead. Martin's got second. Is G-Star going to come out third? He's not. He's going to come out in fourth behind Nick BT. Those softs are not going to the end.
Yeah, I mean, what, on the 50% race they last about 8 laps, so we might get 16 laps out of them. I'm not quite sure.
8 laps?
Whether it...
No. They last about 2.
I'm sure the official lifespan it gives you is 8 laps.
Yeah, the official lifespan, but mine will gone after 2. And we all know that I am a tyre whisperer.
Well...
Alright, I'm definitely not, but still.
Okay. Well, Chris lost out quite a lot under these pit stops, to be fair, because he's down to 10th now.
Yeah, he definitely did, which is not going to help him at all. Good thing is for him, he got back ahead of Carl. He's ahead of B17. This might be the longest I've ever seen Chris go without spinning.
He's going to shout at you afterwards in that chat.
He loves me.
Well, I don't think he does.
He does. I'm going to believe he does anyway, and then probably regret all my life choices after. But for now, oh, there's someone. You know when like I get a notification when someone comments in YouTube chat, and every time I talk about Chris, it seems to happen, and I get scared.
I'm wondering if the safety car will be in. No, it's probably going to be next lap now.
Mark just said need to drive better then, Connor. 8 laps on soft can be done. Well, we all know how my season's going, so the less said about that, the better.
I'll tell you what, well, we've got some safety car chat going at the minute. I'll tell you one thing that's not been said about you for a long time. You've definitely lost your favourite comms nickname, and I'm very surprised.
What's my comms nickname?
Well, Mr. James Acaster, of course.
Oh, why? I hate you. I'm never having you on comms with me again.
You know what, I hadn't seen it said in so long. It's maybe because we can't change your nickname on the Discord anymore, but...
That is the best... Do you know what? That is the one thing I thank everyone for making me an admin on Discord, because no one can touch it now. Thank God.
You've had some fantastic nicknames over the seasons.
Honestly, I used to wake up randomly and I'd see my nickname as something I've never even heard before in my life. The best one was when I won Silverstone, you changed it to Kong Kong King of Silverstone.
It might be your favourite, but it's definitely not my favourite.
That was the best one you
probably
ever did.
aren't safe for YouTube, but...
Honestly, some of them were.
Gap came up with some absolutely amazing corkers, to be fair.
Yeah. Wow. Now look what you've done to YouTube chat.
Is it all saying James Acaster? If so,
Mark has put James with about 1 million S's. Mandy's put, yay, James Acaster. I had forgotten that. I hate you so much, Stoop.
James, it's Stoop, right? Just deal with it.
Wait till we see each other at the pub tomorrow. I hate you with a passion.
Well, to be fair, no matter how many times I changed your nickname, my favourite nickname change was always going to be Ryan's. That was a proper slow burn joke.
What, the Port Vale fan one or a different one?
I changed his name to Mr. Port Vale, and that was just such a good slow burn joke until he realised.
It was, the worst bit is, it was like the one day where he commented nothing on Discord either. So no one knew it other than like me and you. And then one day he typed and he went, I can't say what he said actually on stream, but he said something rather explicit, didn't he? And yeah.
I missed the fun of the nicknames.
Yeah. It was something. We've got 18 laps to go. No, we haven't. I'm chatting out of my... We've got...
Right, just because you're in Middlesbrough, right, you can still count, you know.
No, I've actually had a massive brain fart. We've got 20... Okay, I give up. 23 laps to go. That's it. That's what I was trying to say.
We definitely haven't got 22 laps to go.
Alright, I quit. I'm too tired for this rubbish, alright?
We might have about 28 laps to go, but...
Oh yeah, 28. That's it. That's what I meant. I'm glad you're good at maths. I'm not putting MRC for maths, let's put it that way.
Quick maths.
Who do you think you are, Big Shaq? But, anyway, let's see, where is Saviour going to go? Saviour's inherited the lead now, Single Track is in second, Nick BT in third, G-Star's going to be interested to see his progress on those soft tyres, but he's
Come on,
already...
James, you got this.
Stop it. I'll report you to the stewards.
That's fine.
For bullying me on comms, even though sadly the head steward seems to be agreeing with you.
Somehow I knew it would happen.
What? I bet you've planned this, haven't you?
Nope. I wing everything.
Ryan's taking me to your house in the morning anyway, so it's fine.
Told you I set my dog on you.
I'm not scared of your dog. But anyway, right, let's actually focus on some racing. Because G-Star is right on the back of Nick. But those softs are going to go off very, very soon, so...
You know, the thing is, those clouds are coming in again.
I know they are. I've just realised it is getting darker.
Do you reckon G-Star's just tried to pull a blinder here? Do you reckon Mark or Mike, whatever the new engineer's name is, said rain in like 10 minutes and he's just gone softs?
To be fair, if it, like... to be fair, it will actually be a blinder if he has done that, so fair play to him. Mandy's just said, sorry, the stewards heard nothing. Great.
See?
Great.
Don't worry, James, it's all in hand.
Shut that. Oh. I'm so glad I didn't say what I was going to say then. Anyway, G-Star is still there. Let's have a look at Kid and Woomax. That is the battle for P5. So,
I definitely thought this move between G-Star and Nick PT would have been done now with the mediums to softs.
Well, I still haven't seen if DRS has been... Well, it won't have been enabled yet, will it actually? Because it's not 2 laps from the safety car, so...
I haven't seen it being enabled at all, though. Usually says, oh, we've got yellow in sector 3.
Nuts is out. Is that going to be a nut? No, that's in the pit lane by the looks of it, actually. So I don't think that'll be a safety car. I've just realised Geke also put on the softs, and so did Scottish Ninja as well. So...
Maybe they'll know something we don't.
Yeah, potentially.
Only about 5 drivers left on the grid now that don't have time penalties.
I forgot to turn notifications off. And now I've got people coming online, which is really annoying me. But here comes G-Star. Is he going to go side by side through the flat out right-hander? This needs to be an on-board worthy moment. It doesn't actually, because Nick does give him the place and the space. So good driving from the pair of them.
Well, that extra cornering grip's just already catapulted him to the gearbox of Martin.
It definitely is. It's going to be interesting. Let's have a look at Kid and Woomax. Those two are the two that are going at it now, at least. So let's see.
Should be DRS this lap as well, I think.
Yeah.
And he's literally almost pushing Martin out the last corner.
Oh my god, honestly, you have set YouTube chat off. Mark has just gone, Morgan, it's James, I am complaining about you. He's also just said James Acaster knows nothing. Yeah, I agree with you, James Acaster does know nothing. I agree with that.
Whoa, you shouldn't talk about yourself like
that. I hate you so much. It's honestly unbelievable. But G-Star is now right up the chuff of single
DRS
track.
is definitely active.
It is. He's got that rear wing flappy wappy open. And he's passed. Goodbye. See you later. Have a nice day. Into P2 goes G-Star. Now, how quickly can he get on the back of the Saviour of Worlds?
I mean, Saviour's got himself a good gap of 1.8 seconds, but it is coming down.
Why are you smiling? I can hear you smiling.
Because I'm happy that I bought YouTube Chat to Live with good friendly banter.
Okay, why did I ask you to talk? I regret it now. But Wumax next.
James, stop trying to change the subject.
Kid is ahead of Wumax at least, so that gap's now half a second. Bandstop now right on the rear of Doris, but he's also got company from the dumbest of Hornets, so let's see what's going on. My co-com has gone somewhere because the background of his mic has gone very, very quiet.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, I thought I'd peace for a minute. But
nope, I'd never leave you alone like that, James.
Hornet is looking up the inside of Toby, but he's not quite close enough. I honestly regret asking you to come on comms with me so much right now.
No, you don't. There's no one that you'd rather come with.
Yes, there is. I'd rather commentate with... I'm not going to say anyone actually, in case they think that I really don't want to commentate with them, because I've said that yeah. But there's a lot of people I'd rather commentate with at this very second.
No, there isn't.
But anyway, Nick BT, stop laughing. Otherwise it's just going to turn into a laughing fest.
Come on, Nick BT, come on, you got this. The Banana Mobile has almost caught the fake Ferrari.
Don't call it a fake Ferrari, because Martin will get upset. It's a real Ferrari.
It's a real life
Ferrari. Your bestie has had a moment.
No, Chris.
He spun. When have you ever heard Chris spin?
I didn't think it was going to happen. It was way past the safety car.
Yeah, but it's happened, and...
Well, he's trying to go up the inside of Kaiser Soze into the hard long right.
I tell you what, he's someone that's dropped majorly since the restart. Kaiser Soze. He was right up there at one point.
He's going for the hard tyres. I just don't think they were up to temperature, to be fair.
Well, they'll definitely go to the end. Let's put it that way.
You would have thought so by now.
Yeah.
But Chris has made it past Kaiser, so up next is Scottish Ninja for him to try and make a bit of a comeback.
Yeah, just keep talking for 1 second.
Kid with the fastest lap on mediums, up to 5th now. Who's the closest battle that I can see? I think it's Nick BT and the Banana Mobile catching the fake Ferrari.
The fake... Stop calling it that, he'll get so angry.
Look, it's either that or just going to keep thinking about cars, okay.
Anyway, Kid has also managed to get past Wumax. The amount of times I'm about to say anyway, because you said something that is bullying me, usually.
I think that's definitely not bullying you.
That one isn't, but the fact that you're insinuating that Ferraris are fake is hurting my feelings.
Look, every time you keep telling me that it's supposed to be a real Ferrari, it always just makes me think of that one quote.
I know what quote you're on about, sadly. But Hornet has managed to get past Ninja and Soze again.
And now he's got to go past his own student.
I'm wondering if those softs are also starting to go off, because Martin seems to be catching back up to G-Star.
Yeah, G-Star's dropped off about 3/10 off the back of Saviour now.
Yeah. So here comes Martin now. Quickly can he get... So, you saying, oh, the softs can last 8 laps on 50% clearly wasn't right, and I'm clearly not as bad of a driver as Mark Dennison says, because 6 laps and he's already struggling. So apologies in the post, please and thank you.
Right, nobody apologise to James now.
No, I want a written apology of roughly 1,000 words, because I've just shown you all up live on comms.
You don't even know 1,000 words, don't start on me.
I do know 1,000 words. But I'm not going to say them on the stream, but I do know 1,000 words. I've got 1,000 words to describe you right now, that's for sure. But...
Chris is all over the back of Jack's there.
Say it with a straight face, please. Hornet's passed, he's flown past his own little student. He'll
the
get
Banana
there.
Mobile's almost caught the fake Ferrari.
Oh my god, you're going to give me an asthma attack. Oh.
Right,
Right,
this,
anyway.
James, come on.
Kid, I swear to God, Kid is in 5th. He's catching Nick slowly but surely.
There? Come on.
Just shut up at this point. B17 is now catching Carl as well. So that's going to be an interesting battle for P9. B17 needs to get past him as well because he needs to get on the back of Toby, who is actually his main contender in this race for the Challenger tier win.
I think Nick BT is going to try and make a move on to Martin into the first corner.
Yeah, let's go and have a look, because Nick BT, I don't think he's got the straight line speed though, you know.
Martin has got quite good straight line speed. I thought he would have been close enough coming out the last corner, but Martin just seemed to get a bit of a better exit.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Nick just, yeah, he definitely didn't seem to get the exit. Doris is on the recovery because he did have that spin, didn't he? So now he's right on the chaff of Wumax. So I keep wanting to just say Wumax is in the Alpine.
It does look really good Alpine replica.
It does, doesn't it? Like, if he's actually cut, like, it is. Yes, I agree. It looks like last season's Alpine though, not the BWC one.
Though.
He is. He's side by side. I think this is going to be fairly straightforward with DRS. It is, and see you later. So
there you go. Wumax is French, I'm pretty sure off the top of my head, so it would make sense for him to try and make an Alpine, or at least a car with French colours. What? I'm sure he's French.
No, Bulgarian.
Let me go find his flag.
Go and have a look on Discord, and then apologise again to me after.
You know that's never going to happen.
Well, it has to happen if you know any manners.
Well, it's not going to happen.
For some reason, Mark Dennison said he's not apologising to me, so...
Good.
Well, sorry, he's not apologising to James, not me.
Alright, yeah, I'll give you that. I don't know why I thought he had a French flag, but...
Yeah, just go on, say the word.
I'm not going to say it, but... Sorry, Wumax, I thought you were French, just because you got a French car, but...
Just say, Connor's right. That's what I want to hear you say.
James is right.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Whatever. I know you're just going to keep saying that, so cool. Anyway, Hornet has now got past. Oh, stop it.
Hornet's back up into the top 10.
He is. He's just made the move on Soze and E17, so...
I think Jackson must have had a bit of a moment, because he's dropped that down to 13th.
He is. It is good to see Geke still going, though. The fact that he's a lap down. He hasn't quit in the pitch yet, so...
I mean, to be fair, with the way that people are dropping out of this race, he will be in the points at some point.
Well, in MRC-X, everyone scores a point anyway.
I know it's like a participation point thing, but,
yeah,
you know, it'd almost be like the proper points.
Yeah, well, right now, he's going to get a grand total of 10 points. No, 8 points.
Are you sure this time?
Yes. Because he's
50-50.
He's 6th in the Challenger tier.
Phone a
So
friend?
that's 8 points. I'm going to hit you so hard.
Do you want to ask the audience?
Oh, Martin is catching G-Star. Poor P2. Nick is in P3 and Kid. This battle has just reached such a stalemate now because they just don't seem to be able to get closer to each other.
Hornet's trying to make a move on Carl for 9th, and he gets past.
He does. Hornet is absolutely flying at this point. His mediums are working really well. If he didn't spin, I'd like to have seen where he can be. Can he now close the gap on Mr. No Assist himself, Mr. Toby? Wumax is in the pits.
Definitely not Frenchman Wumax is in the pits, yeah.
Yep. Also, another giveaway for someone that's clearly not very good at geography in Stube is his helmet.
However, I wasn't looking at his helmet, I was looking at his car.
Well, next time.
Just because you're a full-blown helmet inspector, right, does not make all of us a helmet inspector.
I'm a helmet gobbler.
Oh, no, Kid Dynamite spun!
Oh, yeah! Has he? Oh, yeah, he has. I've just seen it myself. Yeah, that's so easy to do on that corner, though.
Why would I make that up? Like...
I don't know,
What are you doing here, James? Come on, be professional.
You say a lot of stuff. But, here comes Single Track. He's still on the back of G-Star, whose softs definitely can go 16 laps, like my co-com said. So, he's... If they can, then...
I mean, he's done more than the 8 that you thought they'd do, so technically he's already proved you wrong.
No. I said they'll do about 4 laps at a good pace, and what did they do? 4 laps at a good pace, and now he's just being absolutely gobbled up by Single Track, so...
Gobble, gobble.
Like I said, apologies in the post. But, at the same time, these... Alright, now I'm going to completely contradict myself.
Standard.
Because G-Star's catching Saviour.
I'll just take my apology now, James.
Your apology is so far up your chuff that you can
You
fish
leave
it
my
out
chuff out of
yourself.
this.
So yeah. Do you know what? I'd probably say chuff way too much, to the point where the good thing is anyone that hasn't been in MRC before doesn't know what it means. So yeah.
James has trademarked the word chuff. It's his specialty when he does comms. So.
Well, you say that, but everyone now says it.
You started it though.
I did. I made it famous. I remember when you said chuffing hell to one of my moves. That meant a lot.
Glad I could help.
That was the day I realised I made it.
Nick BT closing the gap down to single track.
He's actually more under pressure now from behind than he is pressuring G-Star in front. So somehow it's starting to work out for him. But we're now down to 18 laps in this race, so still everything to play for at this point. There's this.
I'll tell you what though, there could be a lot happening with the fact that there's 3 drivers left that have got no penalties.
Yeah, definitely. The thing is,
there could be big winners out of this.
Like we said at the minute, right now, G-Star is in the window of Saviour. Let's actually have a look at the penalties quickly, because it is going to play a part. So Saviour's on 3, Martin's on 3, Nick's on 3, Doris is on 6, Nick is... not Nick. Kid is on 3 as well. Dumbest is on 3, as is Bit, Kaiser Soze, and E17. Jax is on 15. Wumax has none, and then obviously Scottish has 15 and Geke has 16. So definitely going to be an interesting end based on penalties.
Collecting penalties like Pokemon cards.
Yeah, literally. Oh, Charizard, and then not so much a Charizard. So the guys that are celebrating Charizards are the guys in pit. Why have I gone to Pokemon Tour? Look what you do every time. It's always your fault. Anyway, next is Martin against G-Star. So I'm wondering if he's ever going to get this move done, to be honest.
I think the bad thing for Nick is obviously that Martin also has DRS at the minute, so...
Yeah, it's really doing him in at the moment, isn't it? The thing is, Martin just appears to be so slow on a straight, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think his corner exits are definitely helping him here.
Yeah. Kid has managed to get past Doris. Yep, he has. So, I'll tell you what though, another interesting one is Hornet's gap to Mr. Banstorp has dropped by about a second, so Hornet's definitely starting to catch him.
Chris has found the loud pedal again, so hopefully he just doesn't do one of those big 360 no-scopes.
Well, we know what Chris is like, anything is possible with that boy. But, I'm wondering if everyone's going to have to pit again though.
I think so. I'm not entirely sure what the tyre life's like on the 100% races, but I think that the medium runners will have to pit again, especially the soft runners.
G-Star's definitely going to have to come in again, like, without a doubt. And then...
yeah, we've got, what, about 16 laps left? So yeah, I don't think they're going to go another 16 laps.
Yeah, I agree with you for the first and last ever time in my life. So...
It's going to happen again, I'm telling you.
It's not.
It is?
It's definitely not. I can promise you that.
100% it is.
I'm starting to realise we're just more and more like a married couple the longer we spend together.
Hey, you invited me on here. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I know, and I regret every single choice that I've made.
You don't know.
I honestly do. But
I'm
here
going
comes...
to start a poll in the Discord after this to see if they want me back.
No, I will delete that message instantly. And I'm being serious. Oh no, actually I'll just time you out. Thank you. So, yeah. But I've lost my train of thought now.
There's racing. You got this. Come on.
Yeah, Martin
Nick
is
BT.
P3.
Martin.
Nick is P4. G-Star is on soft tyres still, believe it or not. In 2023, who actually uses soft tyres? Then you've got...
G-Star.
Cheers. I hate you. You always talk when I'm trying to think. Doris is in P6 and he's still arguably chuffing the life out of Kid Dynamite. So
I reckon that people like Xavier and them could just slap on another set of mediums if they have them and go to the end.
the thing is, didn't you say that some of them pitted after just pitting for a new set? I think Nick BT may have been one.
I think a couple of people did.
Yeah, Nick BT may have been one because he's on 18 lap hold.
But the other one, I mean, the other set of tyres should be still okay if they've got the spare set of mediums.
Oh yeah, they should be because they only went round behind the safety car. But yeah, I would say they'll probably just put on another, because let's think about it. They've done how many laps? I'm trying to work out. Probably.
Or maybe survive the next 2 laps and try and put the softs on for the end.
Yeah. Well, look at it. So Nick BT's done 18 laps already. He'd have to do 14, so he can definitely do another stint. But on this basis, if you're going off G-Star, he could do softs right now.
I reckon we'll probably see a few softs at the end.
Yeah, I think we may see that quite a bit as well.
I think people like Kaiser Soze, Scottish Ninja, and E17 are probably trying to stick with their strategies for the end now. But
well, the thing is, it's guaranteed that these guys are all going to have another set. Going to have sets of every tyre because they literally did 1 lap in qualifying, didn't they? So
yeah.
G-Star will probably just come in again for another set of softs. But then probably everyone will at this point because, like you said, we've got literally 15 laps. So.
Martin's pretty much closed this gap down.
Oh, Nick only went ahead.
Nick
went ahead of G-Star, which confused me, but I realised it's probably just because the pit lane exit's actually quicker. So, at that point, but okay, so Nick is in for mediums, so he doesn't think he can take the softs 14 laps.
The undercut's pretty strong here, though, so he might actually have pulled a blinder here.
Yeah, it all goes by as well how much Martin and G-Star fight on this lap. Thing is, G-Star has next to no ERS left. Martin has 80%.
Oh, Martin's gone.
Oh, I've just cursed the living life out of the boss man. Please don't watch this back. But, anyway, let's go and have a look.
Here comes Kid.
Let's go have a look at Kid.
Oh, I think Martin just, like, unghosted next to Kid.
Yeah, I cut to it last minute and it looked like it was going to end in tears. Kid is now
going for the move anyway.
Side by side, up the inside. He hits a bit of that inside curve. I thought he was going to go absolutely flying, but it is a good, solid move from Kid, and he's up to P3 now.
He's also pretty much got no ERS left.
He hasn't progressed the way we thought he would, though, has he?
No, but no. Could be another safety car. And he is capturing the leaders slowly but surely.
I do hope there is not another safety car, if I'm being completely honest.
I don't think you'd survive another round of safety car chat.
No, like, there's a reason why I don't want a safety car.
I don't know why you're being like that.
Cool. Anyway, Nick is... my friends need to stop coming online. I never realised I was this popular.
and G-Star in the pits.
They are...
Fresh mediums for G-Star.
Fresh softs for G-Star, so... He's gone the soft way, Saviour's gone the medium way, and I'll tell you what, maybe now could be where G-Star could win this race.
Probably going to be softs.
Because the thing is as well, what you got to think is, Saviour's got a penalty, G-Star doesn't. The issue for G-Star is...
He's just got behind Banstorp and Chris.
He has, and look at how close now Banstorp is. Chris is behind Banstorp, so... Obviously, Chris is going to be pretty disappointed with how this has worked out because of the fact that he didn't pit under the safety car. So, but with 13 laps to go, still a lot to play for.
I mean, Chris has probably got almost the newest set of mediums on the track here, apart from a few that have got like 16 laps on.
I think you're forgetting Nick, who's got 1 lap. So your fact is actually wrong. And Saviour, who's got 0 laps.
Right. You're only down the road now somewhere. I'll come slap you. Don't make me come over there.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
You knew what I meant.
I know, but you did it to me earlier. So, ha. But Doris is right up Martin's chuff now. I wonder how much that's hurt Martin's tyres, actually, with that spin as well.
They would have been cooked, but to be fair, they're pretty old tyres now, so...
That's what I mean, so it's probably added a couple of extra laps onto less than what he could have done before.
Still relatively keeping pace with Kid, though.
Do we think any of these guys are going to try and go to the end on those mediums?
I hope not. It's the
Bearing
answer.
in mind, some of them are now near on half race distance.
The only person that should be going to the end on their old tyres is Kaiser Soze.
Oh no, I definitely agree with you. He's fine on those hards, isn't he?
They should 100% get to the end from this point, but the mediums, I think they need to pick from softs.
I tell you what though, Kaiser's actually still in a really good position to win this for the challengers.
Yeah, I reckon when people pit around him, he'll obviously make some places.
Because he's the only person ahead of him in challenger at the minute is Banstorp, and obviously Jax is 12 seconds behind him. That's a big gap to make up. So, yeah.
I'll tell you what we missed though was that Chris and Nick BT had made it past Banstorp.
Yeah, they have. I am wondering do we think Chris could go to the end though? Nick's just got past Chris.
Yeah, I think that was a DRS move. 19 laps. I mean, we still got what, another 12 laps to go. I don't think he can make it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the highest on mediums at the minute is 23, and that's Martin and Banstorp. So it's going to be a tough task, that's for sure. But almost as long as Chris has pace, surely he'll just keep going. Because this kind of strategy, like once the 4 in front of him pit, he's back in the P2 that he was in anyway.
Yeah.
So it's probably not the end of the world for him.
Personally, if I was any of the top, at least the top 3, probably softs from now on. I don't think they're going to get to the end. If they do,
If I was
gonna be a
anyone, I'd
miracle.
probably go softs because, well, I mean, G-Star managed 15 laps. Obviously, the gap wasn't decreasing in front of him for the last 9 of those stints, but he still kept the gap to what it needs to be. But I tell you something, he is at the minute the man that's lost out the most. He's also the man that's right up the rear end now of Nick PT. So I wonder, is DRS going to be strong enough? It's not going to be strong enough this lap for him to get Nick, but he really needs to get Nick out of the way, doesn't he, to be able to get closer to Saviour.
I think the biggest bonus for the softs, obviously it's not going to be help him catch the straight line, but the grip he's got on corner exit is just so far past what the mediums have got left in them, even fresh mediums.
I tell you what though, the problem for Nick in front of him as well is the fact that he's got no ERS left. But G-Star's got a lot of confidence on how early he can get on the throttle. Those tyres are looking very nice at the minute, but they've only got approximately 2 laps left of life in them, so good luck.
I don't know where you're getting this data from.
The fact that there was physical proof on the last stint.
Nope, not having it.
Well, keep dreaming then, son.
Is it going to be a move into the first corner? Oh, yeah, easily done down the straight.
I missed it because I was watching Martin and Doris have a ding-dong.
Well, just sounds like your problem there, James.
G-Star is past Nick, so that is now up to P5. And how quickly can he claw down Saviour? Because this is now for the win as well. Let's look at the penalties again. So
I think for the next lap or so, that gap will come down, but I'm not quite sure whether it'll catch them by the end.
is that you admitting that they go off after 4 laps?
No.
Doris has got 9 seconds. Martin's on 3, Kid's on 3. So I wonder, is anyone going to try something wacky here?
It's definitely starting to look like the top 3 are starting to think they can get to the end, or else I definitely would have pitted for softs by now.
I think Doris can, you know.
Another 10 laps?
I think so. And if he can, I think maybe Chris can as well.
I think the tie life between Doris and Martin starting to show a bit now.
Yeah,
Martin's
definitely.
corner exits are getting a bit twitchy.
And the gap's just, like, really close as well, isn't it? So
We're down to 0.3 of a second.
definitely are. Here comes Doris. This is going to be interesting this time. I do think this could be moved on. Thing is, that first straight, like we said, turn 1 just really isn't the best overtaking spot, is it?
No. But this DRS obviously helps him close down as long as he gets the first corner right. Oh, Martin still seems to get a bit of a better exit.
He does. Martin seems to be very much clinging on. He seems to be just about able to get enough traction out of each corner to protect himself massively at the minute. So
I'm very surprised that Xavier hasn't managed to close this gap down a lot more in these past few laps.
And saying that as well, if you look back, the gap between him and G-Star's barely come down as well. So I do wonder if some of these, the mediums as well, I'm guessing you probably noticed this in Tier 2 and Tier 3, is they do go through a gradient phase and then really come back to you.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think we find that quite a lot of tracks, especially with these new tyres.
Yeah. But then when they do come back to you, they seem to be first, just as fast as they were in the first stint. Who's gone round in the last sector? I think that may have been Scottish Ninja. Looks that way. I wonder if he came together with Geke actually. But Doris is still there, still right on the back end of Mr. Martin Hills, but Nick BT as well. Nick's actually done really well to keep with G-Star, so guess what? Lap 4, G-Star tyres gone.
The way you're talking about, those tyres are doing great.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. That gap is really coming down. Massively. Massively,
what are you
yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, massively. But here comes Doris. Again. Part, what is it, like 6 now of this battle?
Martin's exits are just keeping him in front.
Yeah, you're definitely not wrong there. He's just
those
about
27
got
lap old tyres, I thought they'd be toast by now.
I'll tell you what though, those guys are definitely going to the end now. I really do think they are.
Yeah, I don't really think they've got much choice now.
Because the thing is, if you think about it as well, like Martin's done reasonably well to keep the gap what it is to Kid as well.
But what did I predict for the start of this race?
You did predict him to win. I will, that one I will give you. You did, yes.
Even with a spin, he's still in first. Oh, Doris to go for the move.
Let's go have a look. He's got it done up the inside. Looked fairly straightforward. Just DRS down the straight. So, but Martin's got a really, really good exit. He's almost off track trying to get the space, but is he going to have the grip? Don't go side by side through there, pretty please. Because I'm not sure I want to witness it, but Martin's still got it there, but Doris goes defensive on the inside, holds the position, and I think that is the move done and dusted. But
Doris uses slightly fresher tyres to catch Kid though.
The thing is, Doris needs to really just whiz away because he's got so many penalties at this point. So it's not helpful for him at all. Martin's held on quite well though. If Martin can stay in his DRS, it's going to protect him from the threat behind in Xavier. So let's carry on. What about the battle for Jackster and Carl? At the minute as things stand, Jackster is in P3 for the Challenger tier, so not a good day for B17, who's down in P4 while his compatriot for the championship is currently winning the race. So not been the best day for Mr. B17, but yeah. Anyway, we're late on. We've got a calm position now. Who's your livery of the day?
I think I'm going to pick Nick BT for my livery of the day.
Nick BT. Okay.
Yeah, I quite like the banana machine.
The banana machine. I don't even know if you're allowed to call it that, but at this point, cool. I'm gonna go. I'm trying to work something out, and now I've forgotten what I'm trying to work out.
It'll come back to you in a second.
It might do. My livery of the day.
Yeah, come on, you got this.
Is Dumbest Hornet.
I'm telling you, I think you cheated. I'm sure it's a preload.
I just like colours. Colours are nice. Hold on, who's
You're
at a
just trying to
moment?
be nice to him now. After all the times you said he was going to spin, you're just trying to be nice to him now.
I've never said he was going to spin, and when I do say he's going to spin, it's usually factual.
I hope he shouts at you after this.
He's going to shout at you just as much.
Nope.
He is, because you said
I
it, and you reminded him.
I said he was going to do a 360 no scope.
Yeah, but you reminded him also at the very start of the stream of the fact that he spun in Japan behind the safety car
I didn't
while
do that.
leading.
That was you.
No, alright, I said the Japan leading part, but you said behind safety cars he loves to spin.
Yeah, that's because that bit's true. You just dropped the Japan thing in there. I can't believe you've done that.
Chris, can you please at Stoob344 on Discord after this? Politely, because I'm not encouraging a call out for 1 second.
Single track is back past Doris.
He is, I've just caught that on stream. A good little move from Martin. So
Xavier's caught this battle though.
he has, and I think he's probably going to eat these both alive. So
yeah, those fresh mediums.
oh, he's at the inside of the flat out right-hander. Now he's up the inside into the corner after as well. Good move from Xavier.
He's got so much more grip than these two.
He has. He's now looking round the outside of Martin, but that's not going to end well. But Doris has lunged. He's hit the back of Martin. Oh, that
Do some of them a
survived.
heart attack then?
Honestly, I don't even know what's going on at this point. I'm almost at the point of like relapse. But
Here we go.
Xavier's just got a way better exit. But let's go and have a look from Xavier's POV. He's not going to be close enough on this lap to Martin. That is for sure. Well, he's not going to be close enough into turn 1, but he may be heading down the long straight. Really late on the brakes. I thought he was going into the back of Martin then. But for now, he's all good. But Nick is also starting to catch G-Star. Nice 8 laps on those tyres.
He's done well. It's close to gap down to be fair. Probably because of the fighting, but it's down to 2 and a bit seconds.
Yeah, those
Which to
tyres
be
don't
fair
last.
means he'll probably catch Xavier and Doris on penalties.
Yeah. One word of advice for all viewers is don't listen to Stoob's opinion on soft tyres anymore.
One thing for the viewers, just don't listen to you.
They don't last 8 laps on 100% race, let alone a 50%. So, yeah.
And Xavier's got past Martin.
He has. Now, this is it now. This is the battle for the lead. Can he do it? He's got 5 laps.
To do 6 seconds.
To do
Or was that still
7
7
seconds,
seconds?
actually, if you get your facts straight before you speak.
6.8 seconds, actually, James.
Well, I was closer even still. But the
Oh,
fact
damn
is, he's got 6.65 still. Yeah, 6.5 seconds to now catch. But Doris is back past Martin.
This is going to get messy if these two keep fighting like this.
Yeah, I'm surprised Martin is still able to fight. With those.
And-
Oh, he's gone
Martin's off
round!
track.
Someone went round at the final corner. I don't know if it was Geke who was getting lapped. It may have been.
It might have been Geke.
Yeah, there was definitely someone round, but let's go and have a look into turn 1. Who's going to make it out alive? Doris is ahead. And here
31 laps
comes,
on those mediums now.
here comes G-Star.
G-Star is absolutely loving this battle.
He is, but now he's stuck in a train with Nick behind him. But Nick's just got another 3 seconds, so
Yeah, but G-Star's completely fine. It's got no penalties.
you're also going to have to pick a driver of the day soon, by the way. So, get
So many
thinking of
decisions.
that.
I don't know why you didn't pre-warn me about this.
I didn't think you'd need pre-warning. I mean, it's not like you've never been on comms before, is it?
It's been a while. Bit rusty.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, shush then. But, next up. This battle is so intriguing because I have no idea who's going to end up serving the road here.
Which one? The Doris and Martin one?
Doris, Martin, G-Star and Nick.
G-Star can be the only winner out of this battle. Martin's tyres must be so shot right now. I was trying to think of the polite way of saying it. And he's gone.
That was the most calm, Andy. That was almost like dumbest horse. That's got to be an absolutely awful 3 seconds. Has he literally just got 3 seconds for spinning?
I think so, yeah.
It did look that way. I'll tell you what is another interesting battle though. It's the battle for the winner, the Challenger boys. Between Banstorp and Kaiser, because Banstorp pitted for softs, which I completely missed at some point. While Kaiser's on hards. Can he get 4 seconds in 3 laps?
Possibly, but by your standards, those 6-lap-old softs are completely shot, so...
Right
probably
now,
not.
they are probably like driving a set of... They're probably like 60-lap-old hards at this point.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, they're useless.
Such a drama queen.
No, I'm spitting facts at you right now, is what I'm doing.
Can you stop spitting then, James? Don't appreciate it.
I'm a fax machine is what I am. But here comes G-Star on Doris. Those softs definitely look like they're out of life, but these somehow got life from them for somewhere.
Nick BT is also gonna look at making a move on Doris.
He is.
The orange versus the banana.
The banana machine against the banana machine.
What orange
and the banana machine
looking at?
wins. No, that's yellow.
Doris's car is orange.
It's orangey yellow.
I think you need glasses.
I think we should agree to disagree, and you just shush.
You should take your trip to local Specsavers.
Well, I have to go to one
Over
in
opticians
Linthorpe
are available.
now. I have to go to one in Linthorpe now. Can you show me it tomorrow, please?
No.
Wow, that's just mean. James Acaster's going blind. As you can probably tell, but it is partly Stoob's fault that he is going blind because he keeps playing tricks with his mind. But is Nick going to be able to get G-Star, whose softs are working so brilliantly after 11 laps?
Yeah, fantastic, but it doesn't matter if Nick catches G-Star because G-Star's got no penalties.
And he might pull 3 seconds in 2 laps. Don't ever
Absolutely
rule my
not,
Nick
but
BT
okay.
out. Even though I've never actually spoke to Nick BT in my life other than for a stewarding decision, but I can still call him mine. So
Okay, you can have him.
You're just jealous deep down, I know you are.
You're still crying because Donny said that Sai was better than you.
Yes. I am really triggered by that. Simon is better than no one. Literally
Better
no
than you,
one.
apparently. I've seen it. I've seen the messages.
Do you know what? The only person Simon is better at than is you.
Wow. Can't believe you'd go there.
Sorry, but it's the God's honest truth at this moment. I would much rather commentate with Simon. He's just a better Stoob.
Wow. Strange enough, Simon said he'd rather commentate with me, so...
But he's still the second best Hornet, because Dumbest Hornet is my GOAT.
Oh, that's right. You just suck up to him because of all the nasty things you said about him.
I know Stoob said you're going to spin 101 times, but I would never say it about you, Chris. I believe you are the best Hornet
Oh, Nick
ever.
BT's going to make this move.
He is.
Into the last corner.
That's brave.
Oh.
It was always going to be more traction for G-Star into there, but is he going to be able to get the move into turn 1? That's the question. It was brave to make the move into there, though, wasn't it, Morg?
Yeah, it was definitely a brave move, but his corner exit was very compromised.
Yeah, of course, he narrowed the corner for himself, which then just gave G-Star the run, but G-Star seems to get a good exit on the corner before the next straight, so...
Oh no, Hornet's got another penalty.
Connor's just cursed Hornet, but just remember you're my favourite Hornet, so that's all that matters.
I mean, to be fair, these people have got 30 lap old mediums. Must be like driving on ice now.
I think we need Chris on comms one day, don't you?
Absolutely.
His voice would just be, he would literally be, him and Genie together would be like having David Attenborough and his son.
Oh, that was so brave by
That
Nick
is
BT
some
then.
move from Nick BT, round the outside into the first corner, and then the second one manages to carry enough speed to keep it up the inside, but now they're going side by side into the flat out right. Surely this can't end well. Oh, there is a bit of contact. They're both flashing like they're in the middle of Amsterdam, but they are both somehow still alive.
G-Star will get the DRS though down the next straight.
He will do. Heading
I
on
tell
to
you
the
what, though, it might
last
be on to the
lap.
last lap, but see if you just close that gap down. Will he get DRS here?
This is
Nope.
going to be close as well. Is he going to be able to get Kid? Kid's tyres are going to be absolute trash, aren't they?
Very surprised that Saviour's used no ERS either down that straight, which makes no sense.
He's
but we'll
probably
go with it.
saving it all. Oh, he's gone really wide on the exit of 2. Oh, that's probably just lost him any chance of this win.
I don't think so. I think Kid's having to tippy-toe here. 34 laps on those tyres, and some lap traffic in the way as well. This is going to get even more interesting.
Is that gap has come down with half a second in 2 corners. Has Saviour got the straight line speed? Here he comes. Kid goes really defensive. It's Saviour. He's making the move. He's closing. He's closing. Kid's gone super defensive late though. They're around the outside. Saviour gets the move done though. He just had too much grip.
Can't believe the kids let me down.
Here goes
my predictor win.
Here goes G-Star. That just goes to show you've got absolutely nothing right all day.
You know what? Sometimes I question why I wanted to do comms with
you. We're even now.
Shut up, James.
You're such a bully. But anyway, next, Kid is. Who was that exploring new parts of the track? Oh, that was Scottish Ninja behind. Good to see him still
Kid's
on the
done
lead
really
lap,
well
though.
to hold on to those tyres, but yeah, I think they are.
I think this is the lap where
dead.
they've absolutely, totally, completely and utterly gone. But
I don't know what the lifespan was, but it definitely was not supposed to be 34 laps.
They weren't made for that. But Saviour does take the win, which is going to be big for his championship, in fact, as well. Kid comes home in second. Nick will come home in third on track. G-Star will actually jump above him with penalties, though. So G-Star's done well. Doris, G-Star will be gutted, though, with that lead he had at the start. Will come home in P5. Martin will be P6 after a race he'll probably be very proud of. Keita Soze will be P7. Great stint on the hard tyres, wasn't it, Morg?
Yeah, we said he was going to go to the end of those hards. He made it past Chris towards the end.
Yeah, Chris comes home in 8th. He'll be pretty gutted with that, with where he was running under the wet as well. Toby will take 2nd for the Challenger tier. Carl will come home as the last man in the top 10. Woomax will actually probably go ahead of him. Yeah, he will. Woomax will take actually the last place. Jackster is coming around the final few corners now. Geke will make it home one day as well. I'm not sure where he is on track. He's just finished, so that is him done. But there comes Jackster. He will take the podium, actually. He'll be in 3rd place for the Challenger boys, and then B17. What a bad day for his championship today. But he'll be back next week in Singapore, for which is going to be F2 cars. Who's your driver of the day, Morg?
I was going to pick Kid, but I have to give it to Saviour. It's such a fantastic driver. Even the games pick Saviour.
Yeah.
He just seemed to make all the right moves. I mean, from the start I thought G-Star had the race in the bag, to be fair, with how much pace he had in the wets, but
yeah.
Saviour just drove a great clean race and obviously made the right strategy calls.
Yeah, that is hard to disagree with what you said there. I think it'll probably be Saviour. I think Nick BT's another honourable mention. It's also raining again.
I definitely thought it looked like it was going to rain again, so
yeah,
it would have been more fun if obviously the rain had appeared before the end of the race. But
yeah, of course. But there is your grid. There is your final. Well, pending stewarding decisions. Saviour takes the win. Kid will be 2nd. G-Star 3rd. Nick in 4th. Doris 5th. Martin 6th. Kaiser Soze takes the win for the Challenger boys. Dumbest Hornet in 8th. Bandstorm 9th. Wingmax 10th. Bit in 11th. Jackster will take the final podium spot for the Challenger. B17 in 13th, Scottish Ninja 14th, Geke 15th, they're the last classified driver, then Mutts Nuts, Biff, Uncle Sam, Danny and Lorpy are the final guys who did not finish, but that'll be it. We are back Monday, 7 o'clock, Tier 2 at Singapore, and then Monday obviously Tier 1 as well, and then Wednesday we'll have Tier 3 and 4 action, and then next week on Friday 7:30 we'll be here, F2 cars. I'll be joined by the better T-side person, Mark Hodgson, next Friday. Sorry, Morgan, you're probably really upset now. But
that's fine. You can just replace me. I obviously see how much I've upset you today, James.
No, you haven't. It's been a pleasure as always. So thank you for joining me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And
Thanks for having me as always.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
But yeah, no. As for the rest of you, like, subscribe, ding that bell, and see you all very soon. Thank you and good night.